Bitcoin just hit a 2-month low, briefly dipping below 39,000. And then on top of that, we have news that Mt. Gox may be releasing 200,000 Bitcoins. And now the question obviously is, what does this mean for the Bitcoin price? Could we go even lower? Some people talking about sub 30,000, or is this actually more of a bottom finding and we're going to turn around soon? Let's discuss all of this. Let's discuss a bit of the price. Let's discuss directions and maybe some background story to all of this. Now, obviously, the Bitcoin ETF now has been approved, or Bitcoin ETFs have now been approved for about 10 days. And it turned out to be a buy the rumor, sell the news event, something we'd actually discussed many times. Now, the sell-off right now mostly comes from Grayscale investors. And that has also been something we've discussed in great extent. It's this concept of the chickens coming home to roost, meaning a lot of these investors kind of was trapped for quite a long time, actually years, and now they can actually get out without any losses, without actually any discount in the price. And now the question is, how much longer is this gonna keep going? Because this Grayscale selling is actually the number one reason on the Bitcoin price going down. And we see this even with the trading hours. Very interesting, where on Monday, the selling starts, and then actually with the closing hours, as soon as the New York Stock Exchange is closed, it stops. Tuesday it starts again, Wednesday it starts again, and so on. So it's been a bit of a stair formation going down, and every time in between we see a bit of a rebound. And so obviously, key question, how much longer, how much further? Actually, the time is not so relevant. What's more relevant is the amount of Bitcoins, the amount of dollars that are still here about to be sold. And obviously, no one knows other than the investors themselves. A couple of numbers that are being thrown around is the $5 billion number, meaning we're talking about 25% of the assets that Grayscale actually holds. Now, on the other hand, there's this 30-day number or 60-day number of how long this is going to take. Again, both these numbers, very difficult to verify from the outside. But one thing we do see is that the selling is slowing down right now. So I still expect this selling to go on a couple more days, but it's definitely slowing down. And also the bounces in the hours when it's closed get a bit stronger, meaning the price is not so aggressively selling off. It's kind of slowing down. Now, does this mean we have a bottom? Does this mean we're going to turn around? Obviously, no, and no one knows. But it may mean that if you're dollar cost averaging anyways, that these are great times to actually continue your dollar cost averaging full focus. Why? Because you actually want to buy when there's these price dips, when prices are low. And that is something we may see right now. So my expectation here is that not that we're going to have this crazy rally now and we're going to, go back to 50,000 or high 40s. But I'm definitely not in the camp who thinks we're going to see that 30,000 from here. I did see some friends having some short positions open from Monday until like right now. They're starting to close those positions and they made some good gains on this. But these are really traders. They're very short term. They go with high leverage, obviously very high risk. And in this case, they had some nice results. But in the longer term, and I'm more of a longer term investor here, I wouldn't change much to my long-term positions. Actually, rather use this now to either cover your shorts or to actually keep going with your dollar cost averaging. But then this big question is about Mt. Gox. Now, Mt. Gox had a huge hack 2014. Or at least in 2014 it was uncovered. The hack actually occurred in 2013, so 10 years ago. And now 10 years later, it seems that people, the users, actually seem to be getting back their Bitcoins. And last year already, in 2023, some of the fiat deposits got returned via PayPal. And now, surprisingly early, there's this discussion on Reddit posted by the liquidator that they may be returning about 200,000 Bitcoins. It's like insane amount, like billions and billions and billions of dollars that seem to be getting returned maybe still this quarter. A lot of people were more expecting Q3 of this year, so about in 6-7 months, and not right now. But seems the liquidator is now a bit eager to return those funds. Now, what could this mean? Well, some of those Bitcoins will inevitably get sold. At that point in time, Bitcoin was worth a couple $100. And so now, obviously, these people made quite some significant returns, and they want to cash in on that, for sure. But I don't think it's going to be 200,000 Bitcoins that are going to get thrown on the market. So I wouldn't think that this scenario per se is now a bearish scenario. Also, this is going to counteract with the halving hype that's definitely going to start towards beginning of April, where Bitcoin is going to have its next halving. So I think there will be some offsetting there. For the price as a whole now, again, dollar cost averaging is probably the right strategy to all of that, taking out the emotions. You can let me know, though, that would be interesting. What do you think where the price is going to go? Do you think the price is going to go even lower from here? Do we see the 20s even? Are we going to go under 30,000? Or is this now, has that been it with the bearish kind of selling the news thing? And we're back up now into the higher 40s. Again, for me, always emotions out, long-term view. I think that's the right thing to do here. We have exciting bundles where you can get into, dollar cost averaging where you can get into. So those are things how you can position yourself. And last but not least, obviously a lot of this covers Bitcoin, but there's many, many other coins. And this may also be very interesting for you to diversify your risk. So with this, all the best for the week. Yours truly, Julian.